to the caveman style, caveman time, meaning on caveman where you would walk around with a club and it hit you over the head. I want what you.
What do the politicians not understand about you and your life? If you could speak to all of them at one point and you had a chance to give them a sentence or two, that's it. What would you tell the politicians that they don't get about your life?
I don't care about COVID anymore. I want my kids to have a regular life. I don't want them masked. I don't want them social distancing. I do not worry about them getting sick.
Ozzy, what would be the one thing you would say to the political people?
To, I guess, stop avoiding certain conversations, especially when it comes to like race relations. They kind of really very dodgy about that, which is something that affects this country tremendously, but somehow they find a way to sweep it under the rug a lot, and they don't really focus too much on themselves. Yeah.
Alice, what would you tell them?
I need one of you to shadow me for at least 2 to 3 weeks from paycheck to paycheck.
Travis.
Don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong. Stop always trying to stick to the narrative and kind of sensationalize things. We all know it's propaganda half the time. It's just frustrating. So admit when you're wrong, be honest with us, and we'll be more than happy to kind of come to the middle. I think we can all agree to disagree, but it's the polarization that they just keep shoving down our throat.
Travis, briefly, can you give an example of someone you wish, what you wish they would admit was wrong? Just something specific for you that would have been nice to hear.
I would probably go with the pandemic. In general, the continuous movement of the goalposts by both administrations when it started and where we're at today with this administration. The consistency, there's one consistent person in the middle of all of that. Anthony Fauci. I feel like he just continuously can't be ever cornered and wants to continuously move the goalposts, and that's in the name of science. And I don't think he's probably a bad person, but I can't stand to listen to the guy.
Let's do a show of hands on Anthony Fauci. Good or bad, plus or minus, effective or ineffective. Anthony Fauci, who has a positive view towards him, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's got a negative? 5. Who's got a negative view of Anthony Fauci? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. 8 of you. Okay, Patrick, by the way, when we do the debrief after this is done, I can tell you that everything that's been tracking right now, we've been doing this for 35 minutes. Everything that they're telling me, that they're telling us, is tracking with the national polling. There's nothing that's inconsistent. The question is, Dickie, what would you tell the politicians in no more than 2 sentences?
Term limits have got to be established. These congressmen and these senators are in there this long because they gain all this influence with all these groups. It just has to be done.
Don.
Career politicians have to go. Sorry.
Insane. That's what the trouble is. That's why there's no direct consternation. Or, that's wrong. That's right. No, that's wrong because I'm with this group because they contribute. Anyhow, I'll let you go on, Mr. Luntz, with your thing. But the term limits are, gosh darn it, they got to get rid of them.
Okay, by the way, I'm Frank, although to Dickie, I'm Dr. Luntz, not Mr. Luntz. Go ahead. What would you tell the politicians in 2 sentences or less? Don.
Didn't hear my name. Okay, cool. What I would tell the politicians is that you need to come and just provide a lot more opportunities for people who are suffering in the economy. I definitely think that's a major thing down here, especially, and it would definitely help them out a lot.
Jim.
I would say get tough on crime, and I believe in honesty. If you did something wrong, just admit it. And if you don't agree with, your party, stand up for what you feel is right and speak up, even if it's against your own party.
Tanae.
There are a lot of us who place orders. Somebody mentioned something about price gouging. There's a lot of that happening, but there's a lot of people that don't have jobs. Be truthful about what's going on. We have stuff at the ports that we're probably been waiting on for months. My first point. My second point is, I don't think I can cuss, so let me rephrase what I'm about to say. We need stimulus checks. This economy is absolutely terrible. Help the people that you see that are in need and stop BSing us.
Mark.
I think ultimately they need to kind of turn down the temperature, politically. There needs to be more compromise, meeting in the middle. There used to be more of that, but it seems like it's their way or the highway for either party. So, compromise, I think, would go a long way towards solving some of our problems.
Nick.
I would say to stop politicizing issues that affect all of us.
I'll let you go on, Mr. Luntz, with your thing. The herb limits are, gosh darn it, they got to get rid of them.
Okay, and by the way, I'm Frank, although to Dickie, I'm Dr. Luntz, not Mr. Luntz. Go ahead. What would you tell the politicians in 2 sentences or less? Don.
Didn't hear my name. Okay, cool. What I would tell the politicians is that you need to come and just provide a lot more opportunities for people who are suffering in the economy. I definitely think that's a major thing down here, especially, and it would definitely help them out a lot.
Jim.
I would say get tough on crime, and I believe in honesty. If you did something wrong, just admit it. And if you don't agree with, your party, stand up for what you feel is right and speak up, even if it's against your own party.
Tanae.
There are a lot.